Aaron's very proud of his attorney, a guy named Brian Johnson, because at the HRO hearing, after the HRO hearing, I'm not allowed to speak to Aaron, so obviously I don't want to do that. No, actually, Donovan, not to get too personal, but he considers toys as cheating and infidelity. So no, that was not allowed in the Imholt house, which is again, unreal. Again, but this is a guy who is physically abusive, verbally abusive, and is also a giant pussy. A giant pussy. Oh yeah. So the HRO hearing happens. Nothing happens at this hearing except we get the scheduling into June. And that's not surprising. That's not surprising. That involves the court's calendar. And if you're setting for a full day trial, it's gonna be out a couple months. This has been my concern. It's like, why aren't we scheduling this trial? Even if we're going to pursue the settlement stuff, I wanted the trial scheduled as soon as possible, because we could still try settlement in the meanwhile. If we don't get there, we go to trial like everything else. But it was just being held up. So anyway, we have the full hearing. All of that gets, which I'm going to discuss in a minute. But this is kind of some of the big drama from it. At the end of the hearing, again, as I mentioned, I'm not able to talk to Aaron. Aaron don't want to, but his lawyer was there. His lawyer is someone I do want to talk to, because his lawyer is pursuing this cause of action. And I thought it would be friendly, as a lawyer, was suspended or not. I thought it would be a friendly gesture to inform Aaron's lawyer or remind him that he should probably read the harassment statute. Right? He should probably read that. And so I said, and I said in a very calm, normal voice, I was alleged to have been either crying or yelling or both. Neither of those things are true. I just walked up and I said, "Hey, Mr. Johnson, you should read the harassment statute and maybe do a CLE on it," which I thought was like a funny self dig, because I'm suspended for not doing CLEs. That was kind of a joke, but also true. He should read the harassment statute and do a CLE on it, because he clearly doesn't understand it. He doesn't seem to grasp what harassment is and what harassment isn't. And he says to me, "What? I didn't hear you." And so I said, "Oh." And so then a little bit louder, I said, "You should go ahead and reread the harassment statute and do a CLE on it." And he says, I was kidding. I heard you." And I said, "Okay, I don't know why you said you didn't hear me then." And I turned around and walked out the door. That's how that went. I don't think I was crying. I know I wasn't yelling or screaming or any of the alleged like adjectives or anything else were out there. but that's how that went. And now I know something. Brian Johnson from Heller Thane in St. Cloud responds to childish behavior like a child rather than like a professional. See, a professional attorney who acts in a professional manner, not me, but I'm not this way, but other ones, what they would do is say, "Thanks, I have." Because it's a ridiculous thing for me to walk up and say this to him, right? They would say, "Thanks, I have." And then that would be that. That would have shut me down immediately. What would I say to that? "Good job, bud." Like, I wouldn't have anything. But instead, he tries to make this joke like, "Lamau, I wasn't even listening, Lamau." And then he says, "No, I was actually listening, though." It's like, I know you were, you dummy. But now I know he responds like a child, which is going to be fun. Because now all I have to do is act like a child, which I'm really good at. I don't know if people know this. I'm really good at acting like a childish piece of shit. And I'm going to just needle him over and over and over and over and over again. And he's going to respond like a retard. He won't be able to control it. And I think it's probably because he looks like an alcoholic. Every time I see him, he looks disheveled. Every time I see him, he looks like he's 24 pack deep. And that's great. Perfect. I can annoy alcoholics who have childish reactions really well. And so that's going to be fun. I was happy about this hearing because, one, we finally had something happen. And two, I learned this very important detail. And I can't wait to utilize this knowledge. Oh, wait. So Nicola says, I listen to zero gossip bullshit channels. Any of this shit I only hear from you. Please give context for the retarded. No, so that's all the context. That's the whole story. You know, I had this harassment restraining order that Aaron has taken out against me, and I'm trying to just, I've opposed it. And the court has dragged its fucking feet for now 9 months on giving me the hearing that I need to go after it. That's the whole story. So then, yeah, we had a hearing on Monday, and after the hearing, I just thought I'd needle Aaron's attorney a little bit because I'm a child. I'm a child and an asshole. This is kind of on brand. And so I did that. But then I found out that he responds in childish manner, which is perfect. That is the worst thing he could possibly do. And it'll be great. I can't wait to take advantage of this.